Welcome to this session of meditation. Can be done at any time of the day or night. So I'm going to use a chair to sit in. Meditation traditionally done cross-legged, but it's not always easy for people to sit comfortably. Feeling discomfort in meditation is probably one of the biggest obstacles to meditation. So just go for a chair. Now, the essence of being in a chair is that you don't kind of do a slumpy, collapsed position like this. You either sit right at the front of the chair with your sit bones perfectly positioned, or else you have your back up against the back of the chair, so you're very much upright. But the uprightness feels quite natural and not forced. So to allow the spine to be upright, we are balancing the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, which keeps us awake but also relaxed. So we are balancing the body. So have the feet flat on the ground, so avoid doing anything like this. So have the feet flat. And let's begin. So the hand position can be just resting on the knees. You can have your hands resting on the lap. If you practice yoga or qigong or a meditative practice, you may want to assume a kind of a mudra. So up to you really what you do. So let's just sit quietly, press the pause button, just feel into the body. So meditation should be re-inhabiting the body and not spacing out, not drifting out of the body. So we want to remain in the body. So things will happen, like my dog will chase the cat. So all these things will happen in meditation. And we allow those things to arise and disappear. So thank you very much, Sydney, for that. So tuning into your breath, feel the sit bones on the chair, feel the back of the neck in particular. Pay a lot of attention to what your neck's doing. The neck is often our source of difficulty in the body. So we want the chin to be pointing slightly down. We want a feeling of perhaps having the head slightly lifted, as though you have a very nice personal trainer just giving your head just a little bit of a lift. So let the bottom half of the body be heavy, sink, feel the ground. Let the top half of the body feel spacious, open. So this is the yin-yang quality. So the t-shirt I'm wearing is a yin-yang t-shirt where the yin-yang has been transcended. So we go beyond yin and yang. But we start with the opposites and then we move hopefully beyond the opposites. So be aware of the feet on the ground, be aware of your sit bones on the chair, keeping the back nice and vertical. Even if you don't feel like it, smile. Let the eyes smile in particular. Then tune into the breath. The breath is a sort of anchor for the mind. You can imagine the breath represented as a four-sided shape. So we breathe in, we pause for maybe a second, breathe out, pause. So the breath is an endless cycle of filling, fullness, emptying, emptiness, 4 stages. When you breathe, allow the breath to sink into the belly. You can breathe with the whole body, breathe with your back, breathe with your nostrils, breathe with your diaphragm. But allow the whole body to be involved, and without too much effort. So no pumping up the body and no raggedness. So the breath should be like silk. The breath should be even, smooth, deep, slow. The breath can go a long way to help us to maintain a feeling of equanimity, balance, poise. Maintain the body's upright posture. The sounds you hear, which there are lots of sounds around at the moment, allow the sounds to come and go. Observe the thoughts. The mind kind of goes into a place of witness. Observe as though your mind were a kind of experiment. So when you meditate, all sorts of sounds will happen. You can observe any reaction to the sounds that you have. Sometimes a sound might make you, or you might react to the sound, interested, annoyed, construct a narrative. All the sounds you hear are in the present moment. So in a sense, the sounds allow us to be in the present. Breathing in, filling the belly, the breath, stomach, chest, diaphragm, back, throat. Allowing the breath to linger, not being in a hurry to breathe out. Fullness. Breathing out, emptying. As though you have all the time in the world. Empty breath, just pausing for a second or two with the lungs empty, not being in a hurry to take the next breath. Thoughts arise, thoughts disappear. Memories, going over things that may have happened. Planning, thoughts of the future. To-do lists. Being aware of future, past. And then a kind of coming home to the present moment, coming home to your body, coming home to your breath. A balance between doing and being. In order to attain the sense of being in the present, we need a certain amount of intention and direction, keeping the mind on track, not forcing the mind, not pushing away thoughts, but just going with the stream of thoughts, but also giving a little push towards a kind of state of stillness and emptiness. Not trying too hard, but then not just going into a blob, just enough effort to find that still place, the breath, the body on the chair, feet on the ground, balancing wakefulness and relaxation. Relaxing the eyes, the face, the mouth, the lips, back of the neck, shoulders. Switching off the flight, fight, freeze, fluster, flock mechanism. Turning on rest and digest. You may find yourself going down rabbit holes of thought. Just being aware that this is a natural tendency of the mind to drift off. When this happens, it's like a small notification takes place in your head. You ping back to the present moment, to the breath, to the sounds that you perceive in the present moment, to the feelings in the body. Observing what's going on, resting back in that part of you which notices everything, but is in fact not anything that can be witnessed. The observer cannot be observed. If you need to make any slight adjustments to the sitting position, that's fine. Not too much. Just keeping the body awake, avoiding any cramping or constriction. Feeling into the center of the body. Qigong terms the dantian, the very center of our belly. Breathing can change, sometimes slowing down. Even though the breathing is deep, sometimes it appears to be quite subtle. Coming home to yourself. Sometimes noticing sensation, so often the mouth becomes quite moist. Relaxation stimulates saliva. If we find any part of the body starting to ache or feel difficult, then just moving. Comfort is key to meditation. Some traditional practices often want people to be in quite uncomfortable positions, which tends to offer a distraction to the stillness of meditation. We just go into stillness naturally, easily, effortlessly, because it's a place we want to be in. Present moment sounds, a dog barking, somebody talking, a few gardens away, seagulls, lots of seagulls. So meditation doesn't have to be for hours, it can be very brief. We can even meditate for a couple of minutes during the day, just pressing the pause button. So when you're meditating on your own, there's a time when the meditation feels complete. Sometimes we start to get bored and want to finish, but this is probably not the time to finish. When boredom arises, just experience the boredom and return to the breath. In meditative states, the mind begins to find a spacious quality. Thoughts that arise can just frolic around as though in a large field. When the mind occupies this spacious quality, the thoughts offer less distraction. When the mind feels empty, we can rest back in the place of witnessing, not being caught up in the phenomena. When the body feels spacious, any twinges, aches and pains offer much less distraction. So now becoming more awake, starting to come out of the meditation slowly, opening the eyes very slowly, allowing cracks of light to come in. Always good to take your time coming out. Can we bring qualities of the meditative state into our everyday comings and goings? I want to make a few adjustments to the body. Sometimes good to lean forward, just stretch the back out a bit, rub the kidneys, rub the face, rub the shoulders. It's good just to have a few moments just bringing back the meditative state into our everyday activity. Can we embody a sense of stillness in action? Not always easy. Thank you.